Hello my dear friends, so today we are going to solve some of the questions in the list. Okay, so let us start with the problem largest element in the list. Okay, first problem that we are going to solve is largest element in list. Okay, so what will be given in this input? In the input a list will be given to us which is not sorted. Okay, so in output what we need to return? We need to return the value as 20. Okay, so now you can pause the video and you can try the solution. Okay, so I think most of the student who have seen my previous lecture came up with the solution that we can directly write print maximum max of L. Suppose this list is L, so we can directly print max L and it will give us the value as 20. Correct? So here we are using the inbuilt function. Correct? But I am saying you don't use inbuilt function. Try to iterate through the list, check every element which is greater and try to write logic manually. Okay, so you can again pause the video for 1 minute and try the solution. Okay, so suppose what is the approach that we are going to use? Suppose this list is given to us. So by default what I will declare? I will declare maximum element as list of 0. So what I will do? I will declare maximum element as 10. Then I will start traversing from the first element till the length of L. Okay, and I will check whether this element is greater than our maximum element is not. Suppose 10 is greater than 5. Yeah, 10 is greater than 5. Then I will move to the next element. So as soon as I got an element which is greater than my maximum element, what I will do? I will update my max to 20. Okay, then what I will do? I will come to next element. I will check which is greater, 8 or 20. So 20 is greater, so no need to update. So once the loop ends, I will get my answer in the M. So this is the approach that we are going to use. So we can define a function large which will take the input as a list. So what I can do is I can assign M as the maximum element which will be L of 0. Now what I can do for X in range of, what we need to do? We need to traverse from 1 to the last element, so length of L. What I will do, if the element, okay, so what is the element? L of X is greater than our element. What was our element? M. So what we will do? We will update M as L of X. And once this is end, what we will do? We will return M. Okay, so this is the logic. So we are going to implement both the logics. Suppose the list is given to us with the element 10, 2, 28 and let's say 4. If I will print this L, you can see the value on the right hand side. Now first what I will do? I will use the inbuilt function max of L. So it will automatically go in the loop and it will give us the output. So this is the one of the way. Second approach we are going to use. Okay, what we will do? We will write a function def, which is the function name is larger let's say, and which will take input as L. Now what I told you, we will assign maximum as L of 0. Then what we will do? We will traverse the entire list. So for element in the range of 1 to length of, what is length of L, what we will do? We will traverse the entire list and we will check if that element, okay, so L of element is is greater than M. What we will do? We will update our M. So M will be L of element. So once this for loop ends, what we will do? We will return M. So let us call the function. Okay, so this is completed. So what I will do? I will make a list. Let's say list is M, which have the element 2, 5, 8, 12 and let's say 30 and let's say 23. I want to find maximum. So what I will do? I will call the function larger, and what I will do, I will pass m, and I will directly printing the result. So as you can see, it has given us the answer as 30. So this is the actual thing that we are going to do. We can use inbuilt function here also. If we are going to print max of m, it will give you the solution. Okay, but what I want is you should be learning this also. So here we have to use our mind that what we have done. First of all, we come to the first element and make that element as the greatest element. Then we started from the second element, and then we have checked in each step. So this will help you to build the logics in your mind. Okay, so I know you can use this function, but the main focus of my saying is we want to build the logics. That's why we want to go by the basic functions. Okay, so this was the first question. Let's solve other question. Suppose if I give you find second largest element in list. Suppose this is the question given to you, and list contain the element like this: 5, 20, 12, 10, 20, 10, 2. Okay, so you can see second largest element is, so largest element is 20 and second largest is also 20, so you need to return 20. If there is no 20 here, so second largest element is 12, so you need to return 12. Okay, so you can pause the video and you can think of the solution. Okay, now one thing that click in my mind is we can use the sort function. So L dot sort, what it will do, it will sort the array. So we will have 2, then we will have 5, then we will have 10, 12, 20. And then what we can do, we can directly return the second last element. So we can return like this, return L of minus 2. So minus 1 is the last element, minus 2 is the second last element. So we can directly return this. So this is one of the approach. So I'm going to tell you the time complexity here is going to be n log of n. Okay, n log of n is the time complexity, because sort is an inbuilt function that is going to use this time complexity to find it. Okay, so this is the one of the approach, and this approach is absolutely perfect, no issue in this approach. Okay, but what I want a solution in order of n. I want better solution than this. Okay, so you can again pause the video. Okay, try to pause the video and then you can think of a solution. Okay, so meanwhile let me clear the screen. Okay, so I hope you have think of a solution. So I told you we have a list which contain the element 5, 20, 12, 10 and let's say 16. This is the list. So first of all, what I will do, I will try to find the maximum element. So maximum element will be 20. Okay, so second maximum value is initially what I will do, it will be none. So what I will do is I will traverse the entire list again. So maximum element I know we can find in order of n, because we will use the method, okay, that I just shown you. We will traverse and we will check which is the maximum element. Once we got the maximum element, what we will do, we will traverse the list. So for element in L, okay, what I will do, if the element, let's say if the element is less than maximum, okay, so basically all the elements are going to be less than the maximum element. So what I will do, I will first of all I need to check this case, okay, that there might be possibility that there can be two elements which are equal and that can be the second largest element. So this I need to check. So what I will do, if x is not equal to largest element, okay, so what is the largest element for us? Largest element for us is m. Sorry, here not x, let me write it again. If element is not equal to the maximum element, so what we will do here is we will check if the second largest element is none, what we will do, we will update the second largest element to the X. Okay, so if you are getting confused, I will explain you the dry run also. Just stay with me for the 2 minutes. We will come to this approach. Okay, we will come to the solution. If second largest element is none, what we will do, we will update this. So second max element will become the given element. Else what we will do, we will find the maximum of second max will be maximum of second max and X. Okay, now you will say, what the code I have written, you didn't get anything. It's no, perfectly fine if you didn't get anything. We will dry run the code, you will easily get it. Okay, so let's take this example. So initially L is maximum value that we have got is 20, second maximum is none. So what we have done, we are starting the traversing the list. So what I have written, for element in the L. Okay, for element in the L. Then I have checked whether the element is equal to the maximum or not. Okay, so 5 is equal to maximum, no. Then I have checked if second max is none, yes. So I will update the second max as element. So second max element is 5 now. Okay, we will again come to the second element, right? So it will check if the element is equal. So yes, they are equal. Max 20, 20 we will not enter in the if condition. We will traverse to the next element directly. We have come to the 12. Elements are not equal. So we will now, second max is also not none, we will come here. So we need to compare second max as maximum of 5 and here it is element. So which is maximum? 12. So second max will be updated to 12 now. We will come to the next element 10. Okay, so we will enter in the if condition, we will enter in the else condition. So what is the maximum of 12 and 10? Still it is 12. So we are not going to change the value. Then we will come to the last element, they are not equal. Again we will come to this max. So what is the maximum of 12 and 16? 16. So we will update second max as 16. And we know that second maximum element is 20. Okay, I hope you got both the approaches. Okay, so first approach first of all, what we will do, we will try to find the maximum element. And maximum element we can find out by using max keyword also, but try to follow all the steps that were written. Okay, so max of L. Let me print M and I will show you what is the maximum element. It is 28. Correct. Now we are going to write our logic. So for, okay, you can also define the function, but I am directly writing the for loop. So for element in L, first of all we want the maximum element. So we have M already. Okay, then we want the second maximum element. Okay, so second max is equal to none initially. Okay, none. Right, now what we want to check if the elements are okay, that second largest, if the element is not equal to the largest element. Okay, we need to check this condition, right? If element is not equal to the largest element, that is M, we will check if second maximum element equal to none. What we will do, we will update the second max element. And what is second max element? Second max element will be equals to element. Else what we will do, second max will be maximum of the elements. What are the elements? Second max and element. And at the end we will print second max. Correct. So let's run this, and second max should be 10, but it has given us the 4. Okay, I think we have done some mistake. Okay, let me write here sum equals to none. Okay, let's run this. Still it is saying 4. Okay, let's see where we have done the error. So what I have done, for elements in the L, I have checked first the condition. Okay. So Okay, sorry. So what was happening? We were updating the second max twice. Okay, so that's why we got the error. I think it's correct now. Okay, so approach is very clear to you. Okay, now let us try to find the some other question. Let us try to solve other question. So let me clear the screen. We will solve one more problem. Okay, so the other and the last problem of this video is we need to check if a list is sorted or not. Okay, just a second. Okay, we need to check if the list is sorted or not. Okay, so I will tell you what will be given in this question. In input we are given the sum of the elements of the list. Okay, so let's say for the first input it is given 10, 20 and 30. 10, 20 and 30. So in this case you need to return output as true or yes, it is sorted, means it is non-decreasing. If input is given like this 10, 20, 20, 40, so this is also a non-decreasing, so here also you need to return true or yes. Okay, if you have only one element 10, then also you need to return true because it's also non-decreasing. If nothing is there in the input, then also you need to return true because it's also non-decreasing. Okay, non-decreasing. But if in input you got the value like this 10, 5, 30, so you need to return the value as false. I hope you got the question. Now pause the video for a minute and try to find out some solution. Okay, you also have to think of this edge cases. Okay, we can write, generally people write solution for this, but they forgot these edge cases. Okay, so keep in mind these edge cases also and try to find out the solution. Okay, so I hope you have got some of the solution. So what we will do here is, suppose a list is given to us 10, 20, 30, 5, 15. Okay, so what I will do, first of all I will check the edge cases. So define, let my function name is check, which is getting the input. So if length of L is less than equal to 1, then I will directly return the true. How? Because suppose if L has 10, so it is also non-decreasing. If L is empty, it is also non-decreasing. So the edge cases we have solved previously. Now what we will do, we will traverse the element and we will check whether, what we will do, we will check these two elements. If this element is greater, if the element which is coming afterward in the list is greater, then what we will do, we will move the next element and then we will check. Okay, so as you can see 10 and 20, if we are going to check 10 and 20, what we are going to get, that 20 is greater than 10. Then what we will do, we will check 20 and 30. So in 20 and 30, the next element is greater, that is 30 is greater. Then what we will check, 30 and 5. So in 30 and 5, the 5 is smaller, next element is smaller, so we will return the false. Okay, as soon as we got the next element is greater, sorry, next element is smaller, we will return the false. Okay, I hope the concept is clear to you. Okay, so let us write the logic for this. Okay, let us take this same list I am going to take, and here I am going to write define, and function name I am going to write check. Okay, so if length of L is less than equal to 1, I will directly return true. Okay, then what I will do, I will use a for loop to check the element. So for I in range of, okay, so I need to start for I in range of length of L. Okay, so what we will do, we have to check if L of, okay, we will start with 1. Okay, so it will be helpful for us. If L of I is is smaller than L of I minus 1. Okay, let me check this. So I minus 1 is the previous element. So if the previous element is greater than the next element, okay, this is the condition. If the previous element is greater than the next element, return false. Okay, I hope you got it. Return false. If this loop ends and nothing happens, it means that is sorted, so we will return true. Okay, now let us check what we will do. We will call the function check and we will send L. So we are getting false. As you can see, it is not a sorted list. Let's check for another sorted list, 10, 20, 20. Okay, wait a second, 10, 20, 20, 30, and let me close this. And this time, instead of checking L, I will check M. So I am getting some syntax error in the line number 15. Okay, so one closing bracket is removed by mistake. So we are getting true. So you can see as it is non-decreasing. Suppose if we have only one element 10. So it is also true. Suppose if M is empty, then also it is true. It means it is working fine as per our expectation. Now some other person might have some other approach. Okay, let's discuss that also. Okay, some person, what they will say, that we will make a new list as sorted list, and what we will do, we will call the function sorted and we will sort the second list, and then we will compare. If our existing list and sorted list are equal, return true, else return false. Okay, so our existing list was supposed 2, 7, 5, 3. So SL will be sorted of L, means we need to sort this L and we need to copy into SL. So it will be 2, 7, 2, 3, 5, 7. Then we check if L is equal to SL. No, they are not equal. We will return the false. Suppose if L is like this, 2, 4, 6. Sorted of L will be also 2, 4, 6. So they both are equal, so we will return the value as true. Now here we have sorted L. So you have, if you are with me, I have explained you sort method. So what L dot sort will do, it will sort the same list. Okay, it will sort the same list. It means the value of L will be updated like this. But what this sorted will do, it will sort the list, but it will store in the new variable. L will be same as it is. So L is not going to change. So this is difference between sort and sorted. So sort will change the list, change existing list. Okay, change existing one. And sorted, what it will do? It will do changes in new list. Changes in new list. Okay, change in new. Okay. Similarly, we have reverse and reversed. Reverse and reversed. So what reverse will do? It will reverse the existing list. Okay, same list it will do in the reverse order. And if you are writing some reversed, so what it will do? It will not affect the existing list. It is going to reverse in the some other list. Okay, so remember the difference between two. What is sort and what is sorted. Similarly, what is reverse and what is reversed. Okay, so in next video we will try to solve the questions on the reverse. Okay, so I think this much is enough for this video. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. I will be more than happy to solve all your doubts. Thank you.